Right, okay, special issue time. So it's the Skaven Warlock Bombardier. Um, when I showed my son that there was a Skaven issue, his face lit up. He has a Skaven Blood Bowl team. And he loves the Skaven, and I like that he loves the Skaven because um, it it kind of I loved the Skaven. There's no other way to put it. So that kind of, I think it's just one of those things, like father like son. But here we go. So Warlock Bombardier. Let's have a look at this issue now. When there was the Ogre issue, I personally felt that for a special issue that you paid more for, you should have got more content. So I'm not really expecting much content in this, to be quite honest. And it was more about getting the model for me. So it starts off talking about who the Skaven are. Fine, we want to know who the Skaven are if we're going to have one of their models, or if we're going to be tempted to collect an entire army of them, because that's it, isn't it? In the end, it's about letting you have one so that you're tempted to get more. So it talks about the endless Skaven horde. And again, I like the look of the Skaven. They haven't really changed that much since their initial inception. Their core feeling, their core appearance just has been very consistent over time, and I think it's because sometimes Games Workshop get it right first time round, like the Moon Clan, the Gloomspite Gits were the old Night Goblins. They got it right first time. They've just improved their quality, but overall, the ethos and the feeling of them have not changed that much. And I think when you get it right first time round, everything else, just fits together. And that can be true about a lot of things, but particularly true of the Skaven. And sometimes it's the same with some models. The Fabius Bile was such a perfect model when it came out that when they made the new one, they just upscaled it, but they kept everything about the original. So we got some gorgeous Skaven here with big brutey rat ogres, and there again, that's like that doom wheel has been there since the start of the Skaven, really. Plague priests and all sorts of stuff. It's just always been there. So we have got a little page of lore on it, but not tons. Which again, I would have liked a bit more. So the Warlock Bombardier, he's got like a very interesting warp rifle. There's no doubt about that. What his exact name is, I'd love to find out. A Doom Rocket. That's cool. A Doom Rocket, cool thing to have. What else have we got here? Lots of alternative kind of weapons that they could create. So it's always interesting to look at things like that. And then how to build him. So he's a very simple build. He's a glue build, but it's not a complex glue build. It looks like it's just some very quick steps. And then what have we got here? How to paint using the paints that we've had so far by the look of it. Now, they're going for a greyish base on the actual skin in the face. So that would be interesting. And then what they do is they kind of darken it with, well, let's see what colour they darken that skin with after a while to make it look more ratty. Trying to see what they use. No, they're not really being clear about what they use to make that. I'm going to assume it's just Reichland flesh shade or something that they're using for that. But yeah, there he is. He's a really interesting model anyway. I mean, I do like him. War Scroll, as we would hope. And again, he's got that kind of So he's definitely some kind of, he's definitely, obviously for the background, he's got a doom rocket, and then at a pinch he can smack people with his firing pole. Classes as Clan Skyer, so Clan Skyer are the Skaven who deal with like wacky contraptions. Hang on. Oh, he can fire warp lightning as well. So again, that makes him, it's kind of like giving him a secondary magic attack, which is useful. Obviously, some creatures are less affected by physical attacks, so you know, having magical attacks as a backup is a really useful little thing. How to photograph a miniature on the back page. So as always with these kind of one-off miniature issues, they're a bit light on lore. However, I can't hide from the fact that I'm loving that I've got a Skaven. Now, I suspect that my son is going to claim this after I build it. He hates building models. He doesn't mind painting them when we get time, but he hates building them. So I'm going to build it for him. And then I just think, you know what, it's going in his room to show off. But there's no alternative pose or anything like that. It's just a single model. And you know, it's not as much plastic as the Ogre one, you know, there's no denying that, but he is really cool. There's no way to put it. And that is, I think, you know, of all of the factions, really, I think you'll come across that Games Workshop have ever created. I think the Skaven, the first time I came across them, there was nothing ever like them out there before. You know, I'd never seen in all, you know, I was young at the time, but I'd never seen humanoid rats as a thing before, ever. You know, that never ever crossed my mind to, you know, and I used to make up some crazy things when I was young because I loved doing it. You know, they had this fantasy world of goblins and humans and demons and things like that, and they're all staples, aren't they, and undead and everything. But the Skaven were the kind of the first thing that was truly, to my mind, unique and their own. And you know, to lose that would have been so hard, I think, on everyone. So there we are, the Warlock Bombardier. I love him. I'm gonna have fun putting him together. I'm gonna try not painting him myself. I'm hoping that I can, you know, my son wants to paint all his own Skaven. He's just currently over addicted to his computer, so I'm gonna have to, I don't know, steal the power cord for a while and force him to paint. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will try and do my build videos between packing and sleeping and working.